Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another quick construction update on Wrath of Rakshasa. Coming to you from Six Flags Great America, just outside of Chicago in Gurnee, Illinois. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, turn on those notifications, make sure you get all my videos when they are released. Jumping right into things, there's really not much to report on Wrath. They're working on the station. The queue is being worked on. It doesn't look like too much has changed, but there's a lot of stuff that I'm sure we're not actually seeing, especially from this height and this angle. It does look like, once the camera zooms in here, that the midway was possibly flooded. I know we did have some really bad rains the day before this video was shot, so that's possibly why. Not sure if that impeded any work that was being done on the ground, especially with the queue, but it is very possible that it did. And getting into things here, once we zoom in, the one thing that you're going to notice right away, and it's kind of located right over by the midway, is it looks like there's some more green piping that has been brought out onto site, and what that usually means is that it has something to do with a water feature. You can't really see it right here. They're kind of behind the inversion there on X-Flight, but as the camera pans over right there, you can see the green piping that's laying out. Now, not sure what this could be. My guess is this would have something to do with maybe they decided to replace some of the piping for the water that is fed into the X-Flight pond. Now, this could also mean maybe they are going to dig this whole midway up from like the food court area over and around through that, and that is why when they do that, maybe they're going to replace all of that piping that is underneath it to feed that water feature over by X-Flight. And you can see there in the middle, clearly the midway is flooded. I'm not exactly sure if that means the midway has already been dug up there. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm sure they're going to want to redo the midway here once the coaster opens, so that would make sense, them replacing all of this. But you can see the coaster obviously was finished last week now, so not really much has changed. On that sense, we can't really see the grouting that's going on with the footers from this angle. My guess is right now that they're going around with the cherry pickers and just double checking all of the bolts in it, making sure they're torqued to the proper specifications that they need to be, and waiting for that grout to dry, and then they're able to let that cure and eventually start testing the ride. Now you can see right away that the roofing on the station and queue area that's going to be up there has been put on. The only part that's really not covered now is directly over the track, and because that roofing has been put on, it's really hard to see now into the storage bays. We do know that the trains are in the storage bay, so we know that for sure. But as you can see from the shot here, we're looking to where all that water is. I know it kind of does seem to me that the midway maybe has been dug up, and they've removed the asphalt that was there, where the paths that you would walk, to maybe start the process of laying out where the new midway is going to go and what that's going to be like, where the edges, the curbs, and the fencing will go, obviously, to keep people out of the areas. The one thing we do know is, I'm sure because this coaster passes over the midway and so close to the ground in some areas, especially that turnaround there by the food court, and then again the one that's closest to where the demon entrance is going to be, I guess you would say, that you kind of come low to the ground there. There's going to be some type of netting, I'm guessing, that's going to be put on the coaster to prevent stuff from flying into the guest areas where people are walking. So that'll be something to keep an eye out on if they start adding the netting and stuff like that. Now, because there really wasn't much to look at here on what was going on with the coaster, now that the coaster is complete, it's kind of hard to see progress moving forward now with exactly what's going on. The station is getting work done. There was a lot of people working in the station there. I'm sure the programming is going on in the control panel, and all that electrical work is being done, getting ready for when they plan to do that first test cycle, which is still, my guess, is going to be sometime in the middle, maybe around the 15th, 16th of April. We might see testing begin, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Maybe the week after, maybe around the 22nd. But again, we will have to wait and see. As long as everything keeps moving, I don't see why they would have any delays going forward, unless we have some really bad weather and they're unable to, obviously, you can't lay concrete or asphalt in rain, so that's really the only thing we have to worry about going forward. The landscaping, I'm sure, will get done. The demon entrance needs to be put back, some type of a portal for that. I'm curious to see how or what that's going to be. And the park opens in exactly 17 days from today. Today is April 1st. So, and that is not an April Fool's joke. The park does open on April 18th this year, which is Easter weekend. So that's Friday, Good Friday, that the park will be open. But like I said, if you happen to tune in yesterday to this footage you're seeing was from the live stream that I did from the park. I did have some issues with YouTube getting it going, but as you can see, we finally got up and running. Thank you guys who all tuned into that. And this is the footage, the exact same footage from that live stream. So if you happen to catch the live stream, you're looking at the same stuff. There's kind of a better look into the station area. You can see the control booth with the windows. And like I said, that part that's directly over the station now is the only part that doesn't really have the roof. And because they added the roof on the back part of the station there, it's really hard to see into the storage bays now. It's really hard to make out also that center, that infield area of the coaster where those trenches were dug, and you can kind of see there in the middle, it still appears that there's some type of small concrete footers that are lined up, and my guessing is that that's going to be for a ramp system to get up to this level of where the station is at. But let's jump into some other updates. I decided to go around and kind of overlook the park, see if anything had changed. And the first thing, and one of the only things actually that I did notice, is, as you can see here in the front gate, the flagpoles are now installed. And there's the Six Flags. If you saw my videos at the end of last season, I kind of posted a video about where we kind of knew where these flagpoles were going because there were 3 holes dug in the ground on each side of that security entrance that I assume that's what they were going. I'm assuming they bought new flagpoles and obviously new flags. But the other thing you'll notice here is the old security checkpoint looks like it's finally getting work done on it. As you can see, that main bigger building that was on the right side of it still has its blue roof, but the one on the left now appears to be the same color as the new security checkpoint's roofs, which is that gold, which is, if you remember from the concept art, that was what that was going to be renovated too, and then some other work on the part that you actually walk under itself will be done as well. So it looks like they're back working on the front entrance, getting that all ready for the new season. Other than that, up here I didn't really notice anything else that had been changed or being worked on, rather. But it is still kind of early. I'm actually kind of surprised we still haven't seen any testing of rides yet. But I guess that'll come within the next couple weeks. And there was just a quick shot of the back lot. As you can obviously know, the coaster is done, so there's nothing or no pieces left on that. Wanted to try to get a quick shot of Roaring Rapids here and to see if anything was being done, but I mean, it is still April, and this ride probably will more than likely not open until Memorial Day or later, because that's usually when they open the water rides. So I think we have some time to before anything happens there. If you didn't notice when the camera was over there, the V2 does have its train in the station, so that has been added. But you wouldn't be able to see Batman, obviously, because that's all enclosed. And Batman's trains, I don't think, are removed from the tracks. I think that a building that they're kept in, and that storage area, I think is capable of them doing all the maintenance on the trains in there that they need. So I'm not thinking that the trains on Batman are ever removed. The same with Superman, they have the storage bay and then X-Flight and how it goes. But I could be wrong. And there you can see a look into the water park. Not really noticing anything else of major going on over here. Big Easy Balloons has all the gondolas that are installed on that. Here, going back to Roaring Rapids here, you can kind of, it's really hard to make out because obviously the pine trees here, but you can kind of see into the station there. And if I remember correctly, there were pieces of the turntable that were kind of down into the trough area where the tubes go through, and it doesn't look like that's the case anymore. So maybe they are done and that turntable station has been put back together. But maybe once the park opens, hopefully the train will open at the beginning of the season as well, and we'll be able to get a better idea on what's going on with Roaring Rapids once the park is open for the season. And there's the flumes, and like I said, not really anything else of notice going on back here. There you can see where the Wilderness Theater area is there. I still think that that's a possibility for the kids area next year, is that they tear down the Wilderness Theater and revamp that whole Cartoon Network kids area, and that will be the home of the new kids area for next year. Guess we will have to wait and see. I would imagine we're going to get an announcement sometime at the end of July or beginning of August on that. So stay tuned for that. But that's going to do it for this quick update video. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on those notifications, and I will see you in the next one. Later, guys.